Hello everyone, and thank you very much for tuning in. I of course am Rotype. This is Cedar Valley Redux. Today we're actually going to build a little bit more than we did last time. First, I just wanted to take a nice look at this bridge we worked on last episode. Unfortunately, the ship line clips right through the pillars, but I'll go ahead and fix that in a little bit. But sometimes this game can just amaze with the scenery you can produce. But enough ogling, let's go ahead and jump in to some building. Have to make it daytime to be able to get this done. I'll go ahead and pause time. So what I want to do today, I think, is obviously we've got to get some residential built. And I don't necessarily want to spend a ton of time working on an interchange because they are tedious and can sometimes just eat up time. So I think what I'm going to do is really lay out what I want to do with this peninsula here. I think I want the main part of the city to be here, but we're just going to go ahead, I think, and jump in with a pretty common early thing you usually see, just a terrible, actually I might as well make it up here with this other terrible interchange with traffic. Just draw in some super ugly, awful traffic generating corner here just to get some traffic flowing. And I think I do want this area here to be zoned as my residential. Imagine this being some really nice condos right on the river here. So actually, before we even get started that far, I really just need to put some kind of pumping water facility. And this is obviously not going to be our final product. So I'm just going to go upstream here and just drop, I don't know, a ton. Just so I don't have to worry about it until I'm ready to do the actual pumping station. Get these hooked up. There we go, just like that. They're going to need their own power. So hopefully a couple windmills will be fine just to get these powered by themselves. And I believe I have, oops, wrong button. Yes, I already have the pipes connected. So these will also need power down here as well. So again, I'm just gonna bring a random road here and a power plant and a fire station because I don't want it to burn down. And that'll be that. And we'll come back to this a lot later when I decided where I want to put the power and how I want to do that system. But just to get things growing, let's do that. And again, temporary connection, good enough. Let's turn on time here. And I believe I set a theme. I did, in this tall New York theme, which is something I've made myself with a combination of, actually I think all of the buildings are off the workshop. As you can see, they're all kind of this flat roofed. Oh, you don't have sewer. Go ahead and add a sewer building. I'd really rather not flow the garbage sewer water into the river. I think one of these should have, there we go, drain capacity. I want to go ahead and just get, again, temporary drainage going so I don't have to worry about it until I'm ready. All right, turn speed back on. Let's see what happens. Hopefully that should clear. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so this is what I want, I think. Actually, this shoreline is a lot longer than I originally had thought, but I think that's okay. I mean, I like this look of just, very close to, if not exactly wall to wall. Like these are wall to wall. I think there are a few in here that aren't quite, although this one just looks completely incorrect. The building doesn't really belong, and I don't know what glitch is going on there, so we're just going to get rid of that. I wonder if that is a really amusing glitch, maybe. Hopefully it's a glitch. If a wall-to-wall building grows in, we won't see that anymore. But what I was saying before is I like this kind of wall-to-wall and then a road and then the water. I think this looks kind of nice. It's the aesthetic I'm kind of going for here. So let's see. Next thing we're going to need is really some commercial. But I think before I really just start following the demand meter, I want to look at the way the city is going to look and just kind of shape it out the way I want. So these have been 20 unit blocks. If I were to continue that, that would do, yeah, I'm okay with that as well. Although I'd like to get my, oh crap. I hate when this happens. Let's see if I can hopefully fix this. I need this to be ground. Get that back? Yeah, okay. So sometimes playing with these seawalls can get a little bit finicky. Hopefully I can do this right. Just want my zoning back. There we go. And I actually want to turn zoning off there. Now if I go back and flatten the terrain, hopefully it doesn't delete my zones. Just want to get it just like that. Yeah, there we go. Now I have some zones here. So those will grow in just fine. And actually, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to make this kind of a park area on the end. Just like that. That'll work. And then, let's see. How do I want to kind of merge this in? I think this neighborhood, I'm generally okay with just being surface streets in this kind of grid pattern. These have been 10 units by 20 unit patterns. And like I said, this will be kind of the downtown area. So I'm okay with gridding this up. And of course, by the highway, we'll have to think of something to do. I think this will be a surface highway. So maybe one of these will have to be elevated. But I'm unsure on how I want to do that design yet. So let's just get to work on the grid here for now. Just get some of this done. And I'm not going to spend the whole time doing this. Whoops. Let's see, that's the button I want. I'm not going to spend the whole time doing this. I just want to get the kind of aesthetic for this area figured out, and then we'll move on to the next thing. This will be 20 units here. Now, why did I do my math wrong? Interesting. Okay. And I think I'll still stick with a park. Might be a little smaller park, just like a plaza on the corner here. I find that's a nice way, especially when you're dealing with these wall-to-wall type buildings. I guess I might as well grow some in and show you. You end up with these weird kind of slanted parts on the curves. Just doesn't look as nice. So you can throw in an urban park and things turn out pretty well. All right, so if this is our gridded area, we probably are going to have some kind of commercial ave somewhere, some commercial street. So, and I know I just built this, but I'm actually going to bulldoze it again and get a better look at what's going on here. At some point, we're going to need, let's see, I don't know. Let's just do it the grass median. And this will be kind of our main street, main drag coming in somewhere. I'm trying to decide if I want to, I think I do actually. I want it to be square to this grid. That way the highways can be kind of the unique thing going on. All of a sudden a highway cuts through at this odd angle. And now that I'm looking at it more, I think I do perhaps want to keep this part of the highway elevated. No, it doesn't look like a highway because technically it's not, but trust me, it's a highway. So we'll elevate this part, and I think our main drag will go just along. Let's turn bending off so we can get an accurate measurement. This is 160, so 80, that's what I thought. This will be our kind of commercial main avenue, and we'll just upgrade that. And then what we can do from here is grab our commercial buildings and just run them along the main street. That's usually what you see. You know, a main road with all the commercial buildings on it. Well, let's just see if they'll grow in, even though nobody can get to them yet. We'll run speed up here. Yeah, and these should still be in this kind of wall-to-wall type, what did I call it? Tall New York theme. And I called it Tall New York because there is the Brooklyn and Manhattan themes that I'm forgetting the name of the modder who made them, but they're very good looking. But they look a little weird if you put them next to some of these other buildings that get a little bit taller. So I went ahead and separated them. Yeah, see, here's an example where I did put this in this theme because I think I didn't have quite enough commercial buildings and I wanted some variety, so I put it in here. You can imagine if you had a mixture of these all over the place, it might look a little funny. Occasionally I might mix them up. Now this is unfortunate. Why is it doing this? It's putting the buildings on the side street, which is not what I want. If it does it again. Oh, maybe it's working out this time. Yeah, there we go. Okay, anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so occasionally I'll mix and match the themes, but I do kind of like this tall, oh, they need police. Well, this is a good chance to get in here and add some of the necessary services, and I believe I do have, oh, this is a brand new one I just got, but I don't think this will fit in this area. It's a little modern looking. I have this one, this police department. This is nice because you really will hardly even notice that it's there. It's kind of just a another wall-to-wall type building that fits in nicely. And while we're in here, I will actually add, I think the only wall-to-wall fire department I have is this this Ghostbusters one. It's kind of unfortunate that all of the very nice, oh, we got another one of these buildings. All of the very nice what am I trying to say? Assets we have. And we've got all these other custom fire departments that look pretty nice. This one is wall to wall, I suppose, but it's the European. It's got that kind of peaked roof. The only one with a flat roof is this one. But you know what I'll do? Do I want it on the river? No, I think I wanted a block off the river. I'll just kind of drop this in, sure, behind these commercial buildings, and I'll just drop several. That way, I mean, it looks a little funny, but we're never really going to see it because these only have, yeah, the 2 engines. So you kind of need a few more than that to get enough coverage. So, oh yeah, what I was going to do is figure out where was that building? Here it is. This building does not belong in this theme. So what I'll do is go into Theme Manager here. Should only take a moment. And I want to display, it's got to be a custom. And I want to look at the included buildings. I don't think that is it, but maybe it is. Let's see, let's zoom right up in here and take a look. Brick tenement, is that it? Yeah, it looks like it is. Can't be any of these other ones. Yeah, looks like it might be brick tenement. So, where did it go? You are gone. I don't want any of that nonsense going on in my themes. So, now what do they need? Garbage. Alright. So now I suppose it's finally time to at least get another temporary manner, connect these roads together, and actually we should probably just run this down our temporary area. So I can dump, sure, incinerators. I don't think these pollute the water. We'll find out, I suppose, if everybody starts getting sick. Bunch of temporary garbage trucks, garbage incinerators. That'll handle that. And then, of course, the next thing is jobs and I suppose education. We'll go in here and, again, same ideas with the fire station and the police station. I have this nice wall-to-wall here that blends in with this theme. So there, that'll look nicely. Just kind of blends in. The only real way you can tell is there's a playground on the roof. So there is elementary school. I don't think I have a decent high school wall-to-wall. Again, there's this European one, which is okay. You know, not exactly what I'm looking for. There's a lot of these suburby type ones. Japanese elementary. What is it? Oh, this is huge. It's a little urban looking, but not quite the wall-to-wall urban. And then I don't even remember getting this one. This is a massive community college. Oh, we're looking at colleges. I'll have to take a look at that later. So normally what I do in this urban area is I've been placing this classic high school. Um, you know, it's not wall to wall and it's not perfect, but I don't know, you can it kind of fits, I guess. It's the best thing we got, at least that I've been able to find on the workshop. There's also this kind of old high school, which again, you know, it sort of fits in the old neighborhood, but you got to do something on the block. Like I think actually I might move this like maybe halfway through the block. Is that halfway? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, of course. Well, hopefully that will be okay. But I'm not going to fill in these wall-to-wall buildings around this whole block because this is not wall-to-wall. So I'll stick some parking lots in, I think. And you know what? We might as well get this done now. This is just begging to be connected with a path here. So I'll go ahead and turn Anarchy on so that will connect. And of course it's wider. But hopefully, actually I do have a brush. So we'll just go ahead and fill that in now. Grab our concrete brush and just try to, now it's blobbed out. Or blobbed out or skinny? I think I'll leave it skinny. So there's that. The next thing it needs is some parking. And I'm not going to build a huge thing of parking. 5x4. Even that might be a little bigger than I want. What I'm imagining is maybe like a student lot that's pretty small and a teacher's lot. And I kind of want these. I wonder if I can move it up a little and it'll still. Yeah, hopefully it won't complain about road connection. So I think I want the parking lot even just like that. Yeah, that'll work. Go back and find our brush here. Just enough to kind of connect this and make it look a little sharper. That way we still have some green space, but the parking lot isn't kind of jammed up against the street. And then a little trick I found to get the parking lots to look a little nicer is taking this, what is this, 2-lane plain street. And hopefully I can do this without getting rid of, it's gonna bulldoze our concrete brush, but I can bring it back. So this gives you the nice little curbs. Curbs. The curved curbs. Pardon my terrible jokes, but that way if you line this up like so, maybe one more click. There we go. You get this nice, you know, break into the parking lot like it would in real life. And these don't even have to go anywhere because they won't use them because the game thinks this parking lot is on this main street. So it's just an added little piece of realism that I like to add. Oops, there we go. Select both of these and then you just tap them down just so the curbs go where you want them. Yeah, there. And then of course we'll add parking. Just a few more of these. That's not the one I like. Where is it? Here we go. This is the one. And this will go because you probably see maybe not that many. Yeah, probably pretty quickly you just jump into parking. You don't tend to waste any space. Parking lots like this. Flip this around again and we'll get that one and that one. And of course, what's a parking lot without our bumpers? Bumper. We'll get the, there we go, prop line tool out here. And this will help us, again, just give us a little extra detail. I do need to turn Anarchy on. There we go. I used to know the exact spacing. Let's see if I remember. Is it 2.5? Yeah, it looks like it is. So we'll go ahead and just drop bumpers in like that. This will go a lot faster now that it's already spaced and Anarchy's on. Boom. And I don't really care that they're not perfectly straight. They're not going to be perfectly straight in any real parking lot you've ever been to, but they're close enough. And then we'll go back for our brush is what I'm looking for. And we don't even need the 4x4 at this point. We'll just take the 1. Just kind of fill in some of the corners that are a little bit jagged. I don't know why that didn't fill in the way I wanted to, but I can't get the brush back to go away, so well, that'll have to do. And then a nice finishing touch, usually some fencing. And let's take a look here what kind of fencing I want to do. Oops. Just fence, please. And I think I want... let's try this one, see what this looks like. Turn on fence mode, please. That's a little too kind of suburby. This is still kind of an urban area. Even this might be... Let's see, which one is this? Yeah, the old farm fence, that's no good. Iron one might be good. Yeah, there we go. Although I could... No, these are a little too industrial. I think I like this iron one. And then, of course, we have these hedges, but it's also a little suburby for me. This is a an urban high school, so it's not... you're not going to be seeing these old, farm fences or whatever that will definitely look nice out in the suburbs, and I do want to get to using them at some point, but for now we're just going to drop iron fence. Looks like the 2 of them might be a little too far, so we'll get that one and then drop to the smaller size. Like that. And I'm going to leave this open just for now until I figure out what I want to do with it. The back of the school... Oh, we'll come back to it. So that I think might be teacher parking. I imagine you might need a little bit more teacher parking than student parking just because, again, it's an urban school. So on this side, parking, and actually before I even do parking, I want to go to my parks here and see if I can add like a basketball court or, I know this is, yeah, that's enormous. That's not going anywhere. Baseball, too big. So if I had a smaller baseball, maybe. These are all industrial parks, and then all my seawalls. Yeah, no, none of that's gonna work. I know I have something somewhere. A rusty radio tower. Nope. Here we go. Tennis, basketball. So let's see what that looks like. Maybe there's kind of more trees than I really wanted. Let's see if this ball. Yeah, there we go. So that's kind of like the yeah, the high school football recess. I don't know. Do you have recess in high school? No, you don't. But, the high school relaxing area. And of course, we have all these other ones. These are all a lot bigger. So again, once we get out into the suburbs, we can place some of those. Parking. 2x4 parking. Yeah, there we go. We'll just do that on both sides. Do our little trick for this. Anarchy on. Ooh, unfortunately, that looks like that's going to be annoying. So maybe our parking can be a little bit less than 2x4. 4x2, that's the same. 1x1 is not what I want. Yeah, there we go. We can do that. That is the wrong way. There we go. That's the right way. Then we can do the rest ourselves with brush 1x1. Now we'll just do it all 4x4, just like that. Parking. Where to go? Here it is. And fill this out here. And we'll use our handy prop line tool. 90. Take the spacing down. Just like that. And of course, it's not going to line up perfectly. So there we go. Oh, crap. Just like that. Good place, right? Okay, good. Then we go in and manually just add the last connector piece, although it looks like they don't even match perfectly. So you know what I'm going to do is actually just make that kind of a entrance type area. Get this line here and just hatch it out like it's a, oh, I don't know, service entry space of some kind. Just do that. There. These lines are not the way I want them to be. I want them to be a little bit more angled, although maybe not. No. Space is just a little too wide. Go back to parking and see what we can do about this. Maybe I'll stick one of these in. Do I have one that will show up? This one will show up. Good. That one will go there. Then I'll go back to my line. And I'll have to use the small one, but that's fine. And this one will just make an entrance area. Come on. There we go. And I think it needs one more. Spin it around like that. And there we go. As far as the other side, parking. Go back to the one we like. Here we go. This might only need the one, maybe 1.5. That one. Yeah, I'll give it just one more. There. And again, the lines are not even and straight, but one, we're never going to notice once we go away from here. And two, you're probably going to see it that way in real life anyway. So, and we'll go ahead and bollard this up because almost like bumpers, you also need bollards. So, my favorite of these ones with the chains. Where's my spacing control? I started on the wrong side. And you know, yeah, I might take this all the way to here, I think. Will look nice. And then bring this in so that they just overlap. And that looks great. Fantastic. Do it again over here, like this. And maybe move it, move it up just so it kind of overlaps at the same distance over here, like that. Yeah, I think that looks good. There's probably enough space for one of them here as well. And I'll come back to this side with the fence in a minute. And actually, I'm going to use that same fence. Iron fence. And the bollards will just go right into the fence. One of these like this. This. And a few level ones. And again, over here, one like this. This is, you know, it has to be like sort of, kind of even. But I'm not going to spend a ton of time focused on it. Two more like that. And I know I just said I'm not going to spend a ton of time on it, but these are off angle just a little and it bothers me. And I'll just grab them and do that. Just enough. Yeah, there we go. And now that I look at it, as much as I like these bollards, I'll leave the bollards for now. I was going to say, I think the fence into the bollards might look a little weird. Maybe it does. I don't know. You guys will have to let me know what you think. I obviously am still undecided. Back, I think I'm just going to run this big fence all the way down. And we'll just stick this. That for now. Does that look even at all? Yeah, almost. There we go. From here, I need to run this fence up. Needs its own attachment piece there. And we'll just overlap them just a little. That'll be fine. And the nice thing about this extra space here is I can put this little garbage center here. And this can be just, you know, municipal garbage. I'll change to fence, if I could spell, F-E-N-C-E, fence. And this will be, I think I will actually give it this one of the non-see-through type fences. Yeah, I think one of these in the beginning is probably the best. Just a gray wooden fence because it's, you know, it's trash. Nobody likes looking at the trash. So this will go like this. And it'll be open because, change my mind about those. It'll be open because people need to drive up to it, but I think what I'm going to do is actually leave a little alley here. Be like your creepy, you know, between the parking lot and the trash dump alley. This will be like this. Just give it some fencing there. And, oh, those aren't even touching. You can fix that simply enough. There we go. So this is our, like, trash, municipal trash. Here's our creepy alley. And just to make it even more alley-like, I'll put a little lamp, I think it is, yeah. And we always do this at nighttime, of course. And just one lamp there. Maybe another one here. That's our creepy alley. And I just want to, actually I can do the rest of this with Surface Painter. Ooh, not with a big brush though. I'm gonna fill in a little bit of this that for some reason didn't get filled in automatically. And then here it's just like a back. Ooh, we actually need a gate of some kind here, but this will just be a back area, grass area, iron fence that goes with the high school. And that way, like I said earlier, you're not left with these wall-to-wall buildings kind of oddly pushed up against this high school that not wall-to-wall. So just finish this up here. More there. Yeah. And you know, I might actually bollard off the parking lot as well. So I'll go in here, bollard, just to kind of separate the more casual grass area from parking lot. And this doesn't need to be anything fancy, but it'll just separate the area, you know, keeps you from driving your car off onto the grass or anything. And you know what? Because we're here, I'm going to go ahead and add bumpers. Just bumper. Add one bumper just many, many times. So I believe my spacing got set off. 2.5 meters it was. Enter. Thank you. Here. And I have to start in the right place. Actually, yeah, that messed my spacing up again. That's fine. 2.5 meters. Run this out like this. Apparently 2.5 meters is not quite correct. Close. Looks like it's not quite long enough. So we'll just have to do this little bit by little bit. I actually need, what do I need? More spacing? No, I need less spacing. There, and they are starting to get far spaced. Is that correct? No, the spacing is too close. You know what? We're just going to stick with 2.5 meters and run it in separate sections until it starts to look weird. Oh, I know what it was. It was that weird. I think 2.5 meters is actually fine, and I was getting hung up by that gap that I built in there. That's okay. Figured it out. So, there is our high school, and you know, I might just add some trees. What kind of trees do I want? I like some of these custom, yeah, there we go. This big pine tree kind of thing. Ooh, good, I got a good big one. Just to spruce up this back area a little bit. and maybe a summer tree back here. This is begging for some more bollards. Just one set here. Like that. Good. And there we are. Let's bring the sun around. Actually, I think looks like the sun is just going from left to right, so the front of the high school is always in shadow, but there's kind of our summer. There's our high school with a bit of trash on the side, but it's nice little area kind of sitting in its space in the urban block. Unfortunately, that's all the time I have today. I know this episode was a little bit slower paced and that it was all live and a lot of detail work, so let me know how you feel about that, if you liked it, if you didn't, in comments below, and we can roll that into how I do later episodes. But in the meantime, if you did like this episode, please click the like button. I'll have a new one of Cedar Valley Redux next week, so if you don't want to miss it, click the subscribe button. Until then, my name's been Rotype. I'll see you next time.